stuck in a crossfire. We must be on some other level.
There are 7 levels.
There are 7 levels of classifications of turtles, but only 6 band members in the group The Turtles. The Turtles were going to spell their name with a Y initially, inspired by the Byrds and the Beatles, but soon after went with the regular spelling. The Turtles started as a surf rock band called the Crossfires. They even got signed as such, but keeping up with the music trends of the times, rebranded as a pop and folk rock group. With the switch, their 2 saxophone players switched to vocals and would play any other instruments as needed. The magic of the band was the harmonies from Howard Kalin and Mark Volman. When the Turtles ran into a legal mess with their label, Howard and Mark were not even allowed to use their own name, so they joined Frank Zappa's band,
Mothers of Invention,
for a few years as Flo and Eddie.
You know.
They're on a few of Zappa's albums, and they also did harmonies for 3 albums for T-Rex, one of which had their hit song Get It On. Later, Howard and Mark did the music for a few kids' shows, the Care Bears and Strawberry Shortcake. Whoa, another crossfire. In 1984, the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic was released, bringing Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird about $2,000 each. That was enough to buy macaroni and cheese and more pencils to get working on the next one. By 1988, their comic was turned into a cartoon TV series and would make it 7 seasons until 1996. The series needed a theme song, and who else would be better to do the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles than the Turtles? The Turtles had broken up by the mid-80s, but Howard Kalin and Mark Volman were working with Fred Wolf Films, which is when they did the music for Care Bears and Strawberry Shortcake, because the film company produced the shows. Fred Wolf Films were the ones producing the Ninja Turtles and were going to do the theme song, but Howard and Mark left the company before the series came to be, and for some reason, the company bailed on doing the theme song, even though they were producing the show. The job was then given to Chuck Lorre and Dennis C. Brown, and they only had 48 hours to come up with the song. If Chuck Lorre rings a bell, it's because he's the director and creator behind a few popular shows like 2.5 Men and The Big Bang Theory. So he and Dennis used the original comics as inspiration and rented a studio in LA from 8 a.m. until midnight. They had to record the song in between session takes the band Journey was doing and work around their gear. Chuck and Dennis brought in a session singer, James Mendel, to be the voice of the theme. He did it in 2 takes and wanted to do a third, but Chuck and Dennis were like, "It's fine, we'll just add some harmony." Chuck and Dennis did the spoken word parts, and thinking this might only be a demo, the song was done. It ended up being the main theme song, and you could hear it on pinball machines or anything Ninja Turtle related. Cowabunga, dude. Thanks for watching and following. I appreciate those who have subscribed. Cheers.